Hello, welcome all to the session. This is the last session on the counters of constitutional rights and duties. In this session, I am going to talk on the Election Commission and Comptroller and Auditor General of India (CAG). So let's start with the Election Commission. The Election Commission of India is an autonomous, constitutionally established federal authority responsible for administering all the electoral process in the Republic of India. Under the supervision of the Commission, free and fair elections have been held in India at regular intervals as per the principles enriched in the Constitution. The Election Commission has the power of superintendence, direction, and control of all elections to the Parliament of India and the state legislature of election to the office of the President of India and the Vice President of India. The Commission consists of a Chief Election Commissioner and two Election Commissioners appointed by the President of India. Functions and powers of the Election Commission. The guardian of free and fair elections. One of the most important features of the democratic polity is election at regular intervals. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Holding periodic free and fair elections are essential of democratic system. It is a part of basic structure of the constitution which has been held in the TN session of Union of India. The commission has taken many efforts for the success of elections and thereby democracy. Model Code of Conduct. The Election Commission is regarded as a guardian of free and fair elections. In every election, it issues a model code of conduct for political parties and candidates to conduct elections in free and fair manner. The Commission issued the code for the first time in 1971, fifth election, and revised it from the time to time. It laid down guidelines for conduct of political parties and candidates during elections. However, there are instances of violation of code by the political parties and complaints are received for the misuse of official machinery by the candidates. In ID Systems India Private Limited versus Election Commission Commissioner, the Kerala High Court held that the object of model code of conduct is not to stop all the government activities, but only those actions which may directly influence a section of electorates need to be prevented. The need for such code is in interest of free and fair elections. However, the code does not have any specific statutory basis. It has only a precious effect. It contains what known as a rule of electoral morality. Registration of political parties. A law regarding to this registration process was enacted in 1989. Number of parties got registered with commission. It helps to avoid confusion and headache of the administrative machinery as well as confusion of electorate. It ensures that political parties can practice democracy only by their registration. Limited on poll expenses. To get rid of the growing influences and vulgar shows of money during the elections, the Election Commission has made many suggestions in this regard. The Election Commission has fixed the legal limits on the amount of money which each candidate can spend during election campaigns. These limits have been revised from time to time. The Election Commission, by appointing observer, keeps an eye on the individual accounts of election expenditure. The contestants are also required to give details of expenditure with 30 days of declaration of result. However, political parties do not adhere to financial Lakshman Rekha as a huge amount are spent by parties under the grab of their supporters. The campaign period was reduced by the Election Commission from 21 to 41 days for Lok Sabha and Assembly election. It is for to trim down the election expenditure. The Election Commission's this attempt to impose this measure has been a move in the right direction. Moreover, Election Commission takes details of the candidate's asset on affidavit at the time of submitting nomination paper. Prohibition on publication. The Commission can issue an order to prohibition of publication disseminating of results of opinion polls, that is exit polls. Quasi judicial powers. Under the Constitution, the Commission also has advisory jurisdiction in the matter of post-election disqualification of sitting members of Parliament found guilty of corrupt practices at election which come under the Supreme Court and High Courts. The courts refers to the Commission for this its opinion on the question as to whether such person shall be disqualified and if so, for what period. The opinion of the Commission in all such matters is binding on the President or, as the case may be, the Governor to whom such opinion is tendered. The Commission has the power to disqualify a candidate who has failed to lodge an account of his election expenses within the time and in manner prescribed by law. The Commission has also the power by for removing and the reducing period of such disqualification as also other disqualification under the law. Booth level officer BLO is a local government and civic government officer familiar with the local electoral and generally a voter in the same polling area who assist in updating the roll using his local language, local knowledge as well. BLO, booth level officer, is a representative of Election Commission of India at the grassroots level who plays a pivotal role in the process of roll revision and the collecting actual field information with regard to the role corresponding to the polling area assigned to him. Under Section 31B(2) of Representation of People Act 1950, booth level officers are appointed from the among the officers of the government, semi-government, local body. Generally, one BOL is responsible for one part of electoral roll. From August 2006, the Commission has decided to introduce concept of appointment BLO who will be the accountable for ensuring the fidelity of electoral roll. The conditions of services. The CS and the ECS placed at par in a matter of salary and allowances. It is the same as that a judge of Supreme Court. Tenure of CS and ECs fixed as a 6 years subject to maximum age limit of 65 years. The CEC and ECs all have equal power in matter of decision making. In case of difference, decisions are taken by opinion of majority. The commissions takes place elections by conscience. The CEC shall not be removed from his office except in the like manner and on the like ground as a judge of Supreme Court. Service conditions cannot be varied to his disadvantage after his appointment. The ECs cannot be removed except a CE's recommendation. Term of Parliament and Assembly. The when election take place, term of Parliament Assembly 5 years. Expect JK Jammu and Kashmir Assembly where it is 6 years. So after every 5 year, the election happening in each and in every area of the country. Expect Jammu and Kashmir. House can be dissolved before its term ends. Dates decided by the Commission. No consultation done with the with an government. Commission can call for elections 6 months prior to the date on which normal tenure of Assembly and Parliament expires. 14 general elections since 1952. By-elections when a seat falls vacant, normally held within a 6 month of vacancy. No by-elections if any for less than 1 year. Time and mode of the election campaigns. Campaign period of about 13 days or more and 40 hours before the polling closes. Parties issues manifesto, slogans, door-to-door and campaigning, then posters, meeting and posting. See, hence you might have seen this marketing campaigns all time when elections are going around the around us, around the country, around the area. Women participation. Open seats. No specific law for the reservation of seats as yet. Political parties expected to put up women candidates in reasonable numbers. Facilities on the polling stations. Separate queue for women voters. At least one lady officer posted in every polling station. Really, officer alone can see and verify Pardhanashin ladies wearing veils. Women MPs elected in India 1952 to 2002. So as of now, we have around 12% MPs as a woman in our government. So from 1952, it has been seen rising the numbers. Right to vote. So any citizen over 18 age can vote. Voting right denied to certain class of people, criminal convicts of certain classes, person convicted for electoral offence, person of unsound in mind, and there is no compulsion to vote. So we have seen the raising the numbers of the voting statistics in recent years. So in 1996 there was a 58% voters. Later in 1990 there was 61.97, around 62. Let after that in 1999 when election held in the India, that around that time there was a 59% voters was there who voted for the candidate, and in 2004 we have seen the 58% people who has cast their vote. So day by day the these numbers are getting raised. Think before your vote. Your vote, your vote, your future. So whenever you see the young generation can think about their candidate, about their future, cast your vote for right person. So next topic is the Comptroller Auditor General of India. CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General of India, meaning the Comptroller and Auditor General of India plays a very important role in the government audit. The CAG Act passed by the Parliament in 1971 and amended in 1976 lays down duties and rights of CAG. The accounts of the Union and the state government shall be kept in such form as the President may or on the advice of the CAG. Directions of CAG of the Companies Act in respect of government companies are as follows: system of accounts, system of financial control, assets and investments, liabilities and loans, profit and loss account, inventory and contracting, costing, internal audit and audit committee. System of accounts to examine the system, give the views as regard their deficiencies and suggestions for remedial measures. Whether expenditure during construction is appropriately accounted, allocation between capital and revenue expenditure, are the bank accounts of the company reconciled regularly, examine the accounting policies of the company, are these conformity with the accounting standards. System of financial control, examine the delegation of financial powers, indicate whether the credit obtained. Asset investment, asset dates and installation and commission clearly fixed by the authority. Whether the property and assets registers is up to date and reconciled with the financial books. Examine and indicate whether the company has a system of monitoring the timely and recovery of outstanding dues. Whether the cash and interest balance were verified during the year on regular basis by an authorized officer. Liabilities and loan, profit and loss account. Does the company provide segment wise reporting? If yes, then it is also provide loss making segment as well. Inventory contracting, company usually makes advance payments to supplier and contractors. Maximum and minimum limits of stores and space. Economic order quantity for procurement of stores. Costing, does the company prepare cost accounts and reconcile with the financial accounts, whether the company is following proper system of costing and computing, job, products, process, service regularly, company has effective system for identification of idle labor hours and idle machine hours. So costing, profit and loss statements, liability, low system, financial controls, assets and investments, system of accounts. These all things you have learned in your financial subject, so I don't need to give another explanation. Internal audit, give comments on internal audit system, reporting status, scope of work, scope and work, level of competency. Audit committee, if company has an audit committee of board of directors, so give comments on the functioning. So they are the company, the board of committee directors, the committee of the board of directors is reviewing the all the internal audits and they are reviewing all the systems, and after that they are giving the comments. Power of CAG to inspect an office of account under the control of union and state government, to require that an account books, papers and other documents which deal with the transaction under audit to be sent to PC web places, to put such questions or make such observation that he may consider or ask to the officer also. It is duty to make reports. So this is the all about the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Okay, so we are done with the unitary counters of constitutional rights and duties. Thank you. Best wishes.